Hello, hello. Well, what do we have here? We have Mr. John Wick. Yes, that's who we have here. And he is featuring in the new game Hex. And if you'd like to check out this game, there is a link in the description. This video is not sponsored in any way. I did receive a free game key, however. So anyway, we are going to be playing a new game here. I'm actually really liking this game so far. It reminds me very much of one of my favorite games ever, in Frozen Synapse. I don't know whether you know that game, but Frozen Synapse was one that was just so incredibly intense and very thought-provoking. And that's exactly what this does, because they have described this as chess with gun fu.
John fucking Wick.
Indeed.
Fuck.
He's quite the imposition, is he not? Surely you must have known our disappearance would not go unnoticed.
Oh, sure. I assumed your high table would try. Put up a contract, send someone sniffing around. I didn't think they'd dispatch the devil.
I presume our present location is not on any maps.
None. Nobody knows about this place. That's probably why your friend started searching at Edgar Wu's place in Chinatown.
Mr. Wu is in your employ?
He was. He ran everything south of 14. Made no secret of our relationship. Hell, he was proud of it.
I honestly believed that Hex, you, were a fiction, a myth, to keep the stuff in line.
I worked hard on that, staying out of sight.
Until you decided to kidnap us.
Yeah, until then. You have a higher purpose, and that purpose requires certain theatrics.
I always did enjoy a little theater.
Alright, so you may be thinking to yourself, how does chess come into this? And I too was thinking, oh yeah, how does chess come into this? Because I'm pretty decent at chess, I like it, but I don't really have anyone to play with. So it's actually kind of cool that there is a game like this that is coming out, which is my kind of game. I like this kind of game because this game is not very much like chess in the way that you think. It's not going to be moving bishops, moving rooks, or in this case, moving wicks all around the board. It is more a case of timing, and that's where gun fu comes into things. So for example, if I were to move here, boom, did you see what happened up at the top there? Up at the top there, there's a timeline. And every single action takes a certain amount of time. And you can work this out by knowing exactly what timing does what. And it actually tells you as well for certain actions. So if you move here, you can see at the top, it's going to take 0.4 seconds for me to move to this particular area. So if I move there again, it's going to take another 0.4 seconds to move to the next one. However, if I continue to go further, you can see that it takes 1.2 seconds to move 3 spaces. So this is very strategic, and I know, a lot of people were thinking to themselves, oh cool, a John Wick game, we love the movies. Why don't we have something where we are playing as John Wick, we're a first-person shooter, and we're gonna go all crazy stealth action, gun fu kind of stuff? Yeah, I was also thinking that that would be pretty cool. But this is an entirely different animal, very, very different beast, a very intellectual beast, not a dumb one by any means. And I actually like this a lot. So let's go. Here we go. All actions take different amounts of time and are displayed on the timeline at the top of the screen. The game pauses whenever your action completes or when you are interrupted. In other words, when you see an enemy. As you see here, interruptions are caused by a new enemy appearing, an incoming attack, or by your action becoming impossible. An indicator points to where an interruption originated. So you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, we have our custom handgun, which is Mr. Wick's choice of weapon. We have 10 health. We also have 2 bandages. Bear in mind that health is not regenerating in any way, and bandages are finite. you are not going to be able to receive bandages all over the place. They do not give you a huge amount of health. Otherwise, focus. Focus is very important. Focus is basically for everything that you want to do in this game. So if you want to perform a rolling action, it's going to take 2 focus. If you want to perform a takedown, it's going to take some focus, and so on and so forth. So otherwise, what we can do is we can crouch maybe, and then we can actually roll. So you can see that the roll is going to take 0.6 seconds, and it's also going to take 2 focus. Otherwise, that's if I want to stay crouched, I can also do this, where I can shoot the guy, and that's going to do, well, that's going to hit 100% of the time, and it's probably going to kill him. And there you go, he's down. Now, here's the thing. Because we are currently using Mr. Wick's custom handgun, he has a spare magazine. Now, here's the thing. If you pick up weapons from enemies, you're not going to have a spare magazine in that case. So it's going to be a little bit different, you know, dependent on what you decide to do. So here we go. Click on an enemy with the left mouse button to interact. Actions have ranges to perform melee attack. Get closer. Enemy actions are also displayed on the timeline below yours. Plan using the information they provide. So that is exactly where the kind of chess mentality comes in. So you kind of have to plan ahead as to what your actions are going to be. And that's why I feel like this game does a really, really good job at what it is. So let's have a look here. Let's actually move just a little bit ahead. And we can move the camera with Q and E, by the way. So if you want to move it, you can move it all the way around however you like. I'm not going to pick up any weapons, and I'm just going to move ahead very slowly here. Now here we go. Melee attacks stun enemies, but it also does focus and health damage. And the duration of the stun is shown on their timeline bar. So sometimes you can stun an enemy for 1.5 seconds. And in the case of Mr. Wick, 1.5 seconds is surely enough time to take them down. Anyway, there you go. Keep moving and do not worry. The game pauses if an enemy appears. Get to the exit. Alright, well, I am going to worry a little bit because sometimes you're going to move into their line of sight and sometimes you're going to get a little bit caught unawares. So I don't really want to get caught. Ah, here we go. So here it is. So basically what we can do here is we can move, but you can see that the enemy is going to be moving to that particular square here. So he's going to be moving here. So if I decide to, I can change stance, which is going to take me 0.5 seconds, which is almost half his time. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to crouch. And then what else is he going to do? We don't know what he's going to do once he reaches that location. But I'm just going to shoot him because that's probably going to kill him completely. And he's not going to be able to focus and kill me that quickly. Or at least shoot at me. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time for them to ascertain your location, especially when you're crouching. When you're standing, it takes much quicker amount of time for them to see you and be like, you know, blam blam with their pistols. So yes, anyway, that's a pretty cool thing in my opinion. I really like the style of this game as well. I think the aesthetic is really cool, but even apart from the aesthetic, I think that the gameplay speaks for itself. Anyway, we have intros and executions here. All attack actions displayed on the timeline have an intro area, which is gray, which denotes preparation time. Damage and costs are applied at the start of the execution area, which is pink. Actions may contain multiple execution points. Each one applies damage individually. Alright, so that kind of tells you what exactly is going on and when it's happening. So you can see here that there's actually an enemy coming out. So you can see he's going to be spawning from this area. This is basically anytime there's a door with a pink light coming from it, that is a spawn location. So you're going to be receiving periodic enemies coming from that area. Anyway, I'm going to crouch. And he's got 0.5 seconds to spawn. I'm just going to shoot him. There we go. Taken down. And now we can move on. So we're just going to move. And there's another one right there. Now, technically what I could do is I could throw my gun if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. This guy is moving here, so I'm just going to change my stance. He's got 0.2 seconds. I should be able to now shoot him with 100% because we're crouching, and I should be able to take him down before he does any damage to us. Alright, let's continue moving. And I think there aren't any more enemies, so I should be able to just move straight up ahead and done. There you are. That is the first level of the tutorial. Very simple, very straightforward, but it is going to get much more intense as time goes on because you will face more enemies from every single different direction. You're going to be rolling around. You're going to be shooting at a moment's notice. It's going to be very, very fast-paced, but only if you want to. That's the point. Because of the unique system that, in my opinion, well, I feel like it's quite unique, the way that they've done the timing, and that's why it reminds me very much of Frozen Synapse, because Frozen Synapse is kind of about timing as well, but on a lesser scale. And anyway, basically, what you can do now is you can watch a replay. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Now, here's the thing. I did not go into melee range because I prefer not doing melee. That's the only reason why I wouldn't go into melee, because I feel like it is quite risky, and I tend to play much more carefully when I have a decent weapon and a lot of ammunition to play with. However, as you can see here, health and ammunition persists, so play carefully. For future jobs, you will be able to plan ahead. Now, because of course this is just the tutorial, they're going to give you a whole bunch of different resources and things like that. All right, so the clearest route to Edgar is along this alleyway. Now, bear in mind that this and these various locations and this entire route is probably going to take Keanu Reeves literally like 2 minutes. Because, let's face it, that entire level took us, what? I don't know, 20 seconds? Something like that? Like, in real time, real John Wick, that's going to be over in, like, a few seconds. It's really not going to take that long. And that's exactly the reason why we are working in 0.4 intervals. 0.4, 0.8, all this kind of stuff. So that is something that you have to bear in mind, that they are attempting to impart here, and it's very, very, very much working in my opinion. Anyway, I can now move behind this guy. He is guarding for another 1.5 seconds. It's going to take me 1.2 seconds to get over there. So let's see if we can do a melee attack on this guy. Alright, so here we go. Hit chances. Some actions have a probability of success per execution, shown as a percentage. Probabilities are calculated at the moment of execution, so pay attention to enemy timeline bars. Yeah, you got to be a bit careful there. Crouching increases your chances of shots on enemies, as does waiting for them to stand still. Moving or being a small target lowers their chance of hitting you. In other words, rolling and crouching. Rolling and crouching has done wonders for me in this game so far, and hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean. Alright, so we're now right behind this fellow, and now I can shoot him, push him, strike him, or take him down. So you can see here that the takedown will probably take him out completely. A strike is not going to do that much, but it is going to remove his entire focus, which is going to stun him a little bit. But I think we're going to just take him down. Alright, so there you go. We've taken him down, and now I am seen by this fellow. This guy's going to shoot me very, very soon. And as a result, I am probably going to crouch. He hit me. See, the crouch was a little bit too slow right there. He did hit me, but that's all right, because now what we can do is we can roll forward and we can shoot him. Or not, as the case may be, because he's actually thinking about going behind us. Do you see that? Okay, so let's actually get around here. Let's refocus. Refocus takes a little bit of time to do. And now we have 2 enemies coming for us, which I am a bit worried about. So let's just move around the side here. There's another enemy. Okay, let's change stance. Let's shoot this guy. Let's roll. That missed, as you can see. That missed because we rolled. And let's now change stance. And let's go back into the stance. He's going to shoot me in 0.6 seconds. So do we roll? Or do we not? So if I shoot him, what does that do? No, that's not going to see. Now, look at the timeline at the top. We're not going to be able to shoot before he shoots us, but he could miss, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to roll into him. He missed his shot, and now we're going to shoot him. There you go. Very nice. It's working out quite well. We have taken some damage, but that is to be expected considering. Anyway, I'm going to change my stance, and now this guy is going to be shooting me very soon. I should be able to... okay. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do here. I think I'm probably just going to roll away, change stance, refocus, and then I will change stance once again, and then I will shoot him. Ooh, or maybe not. Let's roll. And let's roll. Ah, he hit me this time. Oh well, that's okay. Rolling is not always going to save you, which is absolutely fine, because we do have 2 bandages for a reason. So otherwise, there we go. We have killed everyone in this area. It was a little bit messy, but you can see exactly how intense it can become, because we're in the tutorial still. Bear that in mind. So let's reload. That's going to take us a lot of time, actually. So let's reload. Go. And now we're going to move on. A little bit. Okay, so there's some more bandages, as you can see over there. They do give you some bandages, but they're not always going to be available. Okay, so I'm just going to shoot this guy. There we go. And the cool thing is that if you, as far as I'm aware, if you shoot them with your first shot before they have fired once, then you push back their timer ever so slightly. As far as I can tell, that is the case. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go and pick up that bandage. And let's move on. Okay, so there's an enemy there. Let's crouch. He's going to come round, so I'm going to just roll out. Boom. And let's take him on. There you go. Easy, easy. Okay, so now let's get back up and let's move a little bit forward. Okay, so firearm efficiency. So now here's the thing. Reloading discards all the remaining rounds in your magazine. You can only carry 1 weapon at once, so picking up a new weapon drops your current one. Only player stash weapons have spare magazines. In other words, my custom handgun that we have right now. And otherwise, bandages are also finite. Okay, so there's an enemy right there. Don't think he sees me right now, so I think I can probably move. Okay, so I'm going to go back into crouching. We're going to roll out of the way of that guy. As you can see, he missed. And now let's see if we can maybe... Yeah, he missed as well. Ooh, that was fantastic. That was really good. Now let's shoot this guy. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but I did pick up another bandage, so I don't really mind too much about taking that damage, as we are going to just refocus real quick. Move a little bit. I think there'll probably be another enemy somewhere. Maybe... No enemy. Okay, fantastic. I guess I'm just going to use my bandage now. While I have the time to, because it does take a bit of time to get yourself bandaged up. And now we can watch the replay. And there you have it. Very nice indeed. So we are at 10 HP out of 10. And we're now going to see... Edgar's employees are aware of your approach and are readying an ambush at the D house. Alright, so we only have 7 bullets, so bear that in mind. Enemies carry different weapons and have differing behaviors. Pay attention to their names and the weapons they are carrying, so we know that there are brawlers.
Our kind are innocent. We are murderers, thieves, and worse.
Speak for yourself. We live by a code. There are rules.
True. For those without the...
Alright, so now here's the thing. Enemies can also use melee against you, and you will be able to do something to counteract it, basically. So you can dodge by stepping out of the melee capsule, which is indicated by this pink little circle ring thing here. Or you can do a parry attack. Both spend focus, but may help you find a moment to retaliate. So this thing is going to be attacking me, so I could technically parry. I'm in the wrong stance at the moment to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to roll out, and then we're just going to shoot him. There we go. Alright, so let's continue moving. I only have 3 bullets, so I'm going to actually pick up a 9mm automatic now. And I'm gonna move here. So yes, low cover allows you to break line of sight if you crouch. Crouching also gives you an opportunity to roll. Rolling is fast, you are hard to hit, but it costs focus. That's something to be aware of. Whoa, there's a lot of enemies in here. Alright, so let's change stance real quick. That's a brawler, so we don't really need to worry about that so much. Let's roll back. And I'm actually just going to go and I'm just going to refocus real quick. And we're just going to change stance once again. This guy's going to do some damage to me, but it's okay. Is it okay? I think we should be okay. So I'm just going to shoot this. That was not very good. Let's just say that. Okay, so let's roll back. And I guess I'm going to have to shoot. There we go. Okay, yeah, I think I might be dead. I think I literally might be dead here, which is bad. So I have no more focus, which is a big problem. And I believe that is actually going to be it. I think I'm going to be dead here. Let's refocus. And let's dodge. And now let's move away. And let's do some damage. My ammunition is also low, which is a bit of a problem. And now let's crouch. Is this another brawler? Yeah, this is another brawler. There we go. Okay, so do I have enough time to bandage? Yes, I do. Okay, phew, that was very messy, wasn't it? Yes, very, very messy indeed. That was not intended by any means, but it happens. It happens. All right, so let's pick up this. And I think we can pretty much just move on through. Ah, there's another enemy. Okay, I'm gonna go crouch. So as you can see, the line of sight changes immediately, and we can't actually see him anymore. So let's go and roll, and now we can see him. Let's do some damage. There we go. He's dead. And we don't want to use any more focus than we have to. So let's just continue to move. Don't need any more ammunition technically. And that is the exit right over there. That is the exit. So let's move. This fight will get dangerous quickly. Remember the timeline. Use sightlines and play the odds. Remember that moving and crouching reduces your chances of getting hit. Good luck. Alright, so let's try it. So this guy's going to be coming out of there. Let's crouch. This guy is right there. So I guess we'll just attack this first. Problematic. Okay, so let's... Can I roll? Could technically roll. I guess I'll roll like this, and then we'll shoot him. There we go. And then we will change stance, and we will pick up this. Now there is another enemy right behind me, so I guess I'll change stance. That is a brawler, so he doesn't have a ranged weapon, so I should be able to just shoot him down. And otherwise, I think we are done. There we have it. Alright, so that was much, much messier, but maybe it's not going to be for you. If you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.